Hi everyone, this is the 16th video of the Power Pages 30 Days Learning Challenge. This is the mentorship program I started this new year, where my objective is to dive deeper into the Power Pages, all the topics of the Power Pages from basic to advanced. And we just wanted to quickly create a secure and low code, no code website within 30 days. So we have till now we have produced 50 videos. So if I just wanted to give a quick recap for our Power Pages 30 Days Learning Challenge, we discussed about the introductions, Power Pages component, licensing, and from the fourth video onwards, we have been discussing about some practical implementation we have also done. So we have set up the website, 30 days website trial instance, and we discussed about the Power Pages Learning Studio, Designer Studio, sorry. And we created a form to insert the data in the Dataverse. We discussed about the architecture of the Power Pages, how to create the list, how to create the multi-step form, and we had couple of topics related to the designing stuff. So how we can create the content snippet to manage the content of the website, how the form metadata works in order to override the properties of your Dataverse forms like fields, your views and the form and your custom controls. We discussed about the language called liquid template. So that is one of the most important topic we discussed till now. So if you have to customize or extend the capabilities of the portal, we usually go with the JavaScript or the liquid templates. So we discuss about that as well. And one of the most common requirement that we'll deal with every project, like how to customize the pages or how to design the pages. So in the design homepage, we actually customize the homepage of the Power Pages, and we discussed about the web link sets, how to design the the navigation menus, how to customize the navigation menu, how to write the JavaScript code, how to perform the client side validations, and the custom styling in the CSS of the Power Pages. Okay, today we're going to discuss about how we can extend the Power Pages capabilities by integrating it with some other applications, other Microsoft provided applications like SharePoint. And in the upcoming session, we're going to discuss about some other applications like Power BI, Power Apps. Okay, but in this session, our main focus is to discuss about the SharePoint integration with the Power Pages. So SharePoint integration is basically required in the Power Pages for the document management purpose. So as you know, like Microsoft Dataverse already supports the integration with the SharePoint Online, and that enable you to use the document management capabilities. Okay. Um, and like the Power Pages is also connected with the Dataverse. So the Power Pages also support uploading and the displaying the documents to and from the SharePoint directly on the basic form or on the multi-step form. Okay, and you can also enable some of the features like you can view the document, you can download the document, upload the document, delete the documents, and also you can create the multiple subfolders as well and organize your documents as well. And on top of it, apart from this configuration, you can enable the security as well, so that you can decide like who can upload the document, who can delete the document. So the document management, you can easily manage it using permissions as well. So some of the interesting fact I just wanted to discuss with you related to the SharePoint integration. Then we will quickly head over to the implementation part and we'll check like how you can enable the SharePoint integration in the Power Pages. Okay, and we'll have some live examples so that I can show it to you that how you can enable the SharePoint integration and directly upload your documents to the SharePoint. And we have some a role-based documentation feature as well, so that for example one user can upload the document and another user can delete the document. So these kind of features. So but before jumping into the implementation, there are some important tips about the SharePoint integration, that Power Apps portals or the Power Pages supports the uploading and the displaying of the documents to and from SharePoint directly on a table form or on a basic form and the multi-step form in the portal. Okay, so table form or the basic form are the same. So basically we use this SharePoint integration feature on the form where we are expecting the user input, and we want them to upload the document directly. In my earlier session we discussed about some other approaches as well. to upload the documents. So we have the option to upload the documents on the Microsoft Dataverse as well in the form of notes. And we also had the option to upload the documents in the Azure Blob storage as well. So these are the two options we already discussed in our earlier session. But sometimes the notes is not a good option to upload the documents in the SharePoint. Sorry, to upload the documents in the Dataverse because it consumes the capacity, and you always not want like all the documents should be there in the Dataverse, right? To manage the capacity of your database, right? So you always recommend that you should have a proper integration with your SharePoint so that all kind of document you can manage there, because SharePoint is one of the best tool in the market to manage your all the documents, right? So it's a best thing that you don't need to write any sort of code in order to integrate that with the Power Pages. So it comes with the out of box integration. So you just need to configure some of the settings within your application and you are just good to go. All right. Second point is that the feature allow portal user to view, download, add, and delete the documents from the Power Pages site. So it provide you all kind of operations from the portal pages directly. So based on the permission you are enabling in your site, you are allowed to view the document, download the document, add the document, and upload the document and delete the documents as well. Okay. Portal users can also create subfolders to organize their documents. So it's not only allows user to upload the documents, but also allow to create the subfolders as well. So if you have a specific business need to create the subfolder to organize in a document in a specific manner, then you can choose, the subfolder options, because you also get the option to create the folder along with the document upload as well. Table permission determine if a user can view, upload, or delete the document. So you are just if you are just enabling the SharePoint integration in your Power Pages site, that doesn't mean that it expose all the operation to all the end users. So you can anyways control that what sort of operation you just want to give the control to the user, whether they can upload the document, whether they can delete the document, because there are a couple of example you see it, right? Let's say we are creating an event management portal or the training portal, and let's say we have the requirement that once the event is successfully done and all the sessions are conducted, we just wanted to upload all the documents, all the slide decks, or the necessary PDF files to a particular event page, so that all the participants who have actually participated in the events, just after 1 day of the event completion, they can download all the necessary learning materials, all the slide decks, all the recordings straight away from the portal pages, right? So this could be one of the example. So we don't want that the participant can upload the documents on the event pages, because that capability we only wanted to give it to the admins or the organizer, so that they can, once the event is completed, they can upload all the necessary documents there. So they can manage that, they can upload it, they can delete it as well. But only the download option or to view the document option we wanted to give only to the participants, right? So these kind of capabilities we always wanted to have it on the portal, so we can manage it using table permission. Okay, so who can upload that and who can delete that or who can download that. So it's always a good practice that you always keep in mind that what should be the upload size of the file, because you also need to consider about the capacity as well. So by default, the file size is set to 10 MB. So whatever file you are uploading it to the SharePoint, there is no restriction as such in terms of what kind of file you can upload. So there is no restriction, but there is a size defined already in the database that 10 MB size is by default. But if you have the requirement or business need to extend that size of the file, then you can extend it till 50 MB. Okay, but you cannot directly do that. You have to create a site setting. So site setting we already discussed about in our earlier session. So we have to head over to the portal management app, and we have to go to the site setting components, and we have to create this SharePoint max upload size site setting, and the value needs to set to true. Okay, so this is about the file upload size. And if I talk about the file download size, so Microsoft recommends that limiting the size of the individual files available for download to 250 MB or less. So it's always a good practice that the file that you are allowing to download to the user, that should be within the 250 MB range. But if you are using more than that, then you probably get the operation may timeout kind of error, because it may take time to retrieve that file on the network. So probably you will get the error called SQL timeout or operation may timeout issue. So it's always a good practice that you keep the size of your file upload size and the download size in the limit, or whatever Microsoft has suggested. So use those file size in your SharePoint integration. All right. So this is about that SharePoint integration, and what are the steps that is required to upload the documents to the SharePoint. So there are few steps, there are few configuration steps that you have to do it, that you are few configuration you have to do it in order to upload the document to SharePoint. The first step is you have to enable the document management functionality at the Dataverse environment label. Okay. So as you know, like whenever you install a Power Pages portal, first of all, it creates a Dataverse environment for you, and the Dataverse environment actually used to hold all your resources, all your data, in order to manage your database and all the components. So first of all, the topmost component in your Power Pages is your Dataverse environment. So first of all, you have to enable the SharePoint or the document management capability at the Dataverse level. Okay, so that is the topmost component. You have to enable the SharePoint settings. Once you've done that, then you have to enable the SharePoint integration at the Power Pages level. Okay, so Power Pages level, if you have to enable that, then you have to go to the Power Pages Admin Center. So we're gonna quickly have a look into it in our practical session. So how you can enable the SharePoint integration from the Power Pages Admin Center. So that is the second step you have to do it. The third step, once you have enabled the SharePoint integration at the Dataverse level, at the Power Pages level, now you have to enable the SharePoint integration of the document management capabilities at a particular table level as well. Okay, so let's say you have 50 tables in your Dataverse environment, and on which table you want to allow user to upload the documents. If you want to enable the document management capability on a particular table, you have to enable this document management setting for individual table level as well. Okay, so let's say if I have two tables, table A and table B, and the table A has document management capability and table B does not have that, right? So in that case, you will not be able to leverage the SharePoint integration or document upload, download, delete feature unless you enable the document enable setting. The fourth setting, configure the appropriate form to display the documents. So that is basically, once you enable the setting to upload the document at the table level, then you need to provide some sort of UI where user can upload the document, where user can view the document, or they can delete the document. So you need to add the subgrid, or you need to add that subgrid to a form, so that you can show the list of all the documents and allow user to upload and delete the documents. And the step number 5 is your permissions. So once you have exposed the document to the share to a particular form, or to a particular table form, you need to ensure that there should be a proper table permissions are enabled along with the web role, so that you are not compromising with the security. Obviously, because you are storing the document in the SharePoint, so you may not want that your document should be accessed by the unauthorized user. So it's always a good practice that you have to enable the table permission. And nowadays Microsoft restricts also. So if you don't enable it, then you will not be able to leverage these features on the portal. All right. Perfect. So the use case that we're gonna implement today in the practical session, that we're gonna have a use case like all the logged in user will be able to view all the events. They can view the event sessions. and they will be able to view and download the documents. So as I told you, like being a participant, I will register on the portal. I can submit my sessions. OK, so that's why I'll be able to create the sessions and all. So, but I will not be able to, delete the documents, whatever the documents have been uploaded. I will not be able to, upload the documents, but I'll be able to read all the events details, like when the event is being conducted or where it's being conducted, all this kind of things. But admin can do anything. Admin can create, read, update the event details. They can create, read, update the session details, or they can create, update, delete the documents as well. All right. So this is the use case that we're going to implement today. So let's quickly head over to the Power Pages Maker portal. OK, so this is I'm just going to open the Power Pages trial. So this is my trial environment. And here in this trial environment, let me delete this for now. OK, so I have the Power Pages training app. So this is the app that provide the low code, no code capabilities to design the portal. So it edits your app in the Power Pages Designer Studio. And this is basically to configure all the advanced related setting related to the Power Pages. All right. So as we wanted to integrate the SharePoint integration in our Power Pages. So first of all, we want to enable the SharePoint integration setting or the document management setting at the Dataverse environment level. OK, so this is my Dataverse environment. So let me quickly head over to the admin center first, because all the admin related settings, like what features you want to enable it, what features you want to disable it. So these kind of all the features, we can access it from the admin center. So Power Platform Admin Center, if you're not aware about it, so this basically Admin Center handles all the admin related activities of the Power Platform. And the same way we have the Power Pages Admin Center as well. So that is basically used to handle all the admin related activities related to the portals. So let me head over to my environment. So I already have a couple of environments in my list, but I'll open the environment where my portal is installed. So this is the environment I have. So click here and click on settings. So settings basically lists down all the the configuration settings that I have in my environment. So if I can see in the right panel, there is a data management, I think. OK, integration. OK, so in the integration, we have the document management settings available. So if I click on this document management setting, it will take me to the model driven app. And in this model driven app, I have a couple of settings like document management settings, SharePoint site, and all these features I already have. OK, so if I head over to the document management settings, since I've already enabled the document management here, so I'm directly getting the option here. So you need to provide the SharePoint site first. All right. And so this SharePoint site I've already configured. So if I just head over to my SharePoint. So I've already created a sample site here, so it doesn't matter that what kind of site you are creating, but just ensure like whatever site you are creating, you are the member of it so that you can access all the documents of it. So this is the site, and here I'm gonna store all my documents. So I'll just copy this site here and I'll just paste it here. So once you try to enable the SharePoint integration at your Dataverse level, you will get one additional option here called Enable SharePoint Integration. All right. I'm not getting that option because I've already enabled that. So that setting is the first setting you have to do it. So you can get that information from the MS Docs as well, that what that looks like. So probably if I can search it, enable SharePoint integration, Dynamic 365. Probably I'll open this. OK. I just wanted to enable basic SharePoint. So let me check the SharePoint integration directly for Power Apps portal. So there we get that all that information. So manage SharePoint documents here. So first of all, we have to enable the document management for your environment. So if I head over here, set up model driven apps to SharePoint Online. So if I just go down, so yeah, here it is. So if you go to the settings, integration, document management settings, so we already clicked on that. So you get this option, enable server based SharePoint integration. So right now, in my settings, I don't see this option here because I've already enabled that. But in your case, you will get this option called enable server based SharePoint integration. All right. So once you enable that, you will get this pop-up box. So if your SharePoint is cloud based, then you have to choose online. Or if it is on-premise based, then you have to choose on-premise. So based on your SharePoint is site is based on or hosted on. So if we choose online, then you have to provide the site URL. So if you already have the site URL available, then you can just copy it and just paste it here. OK, if you don't have, then you can simply go and click a new site as well. So if I head over to my sites, I already have the sites available, but if you don't have the site, you can anyways go and create a new site as well. OK, so once you create a new site, you will get the URL of that site and you have to just paste it over here. Click next and you just need to hit the finish. OK, so once you do that, it just takes around 2 to 3 seconds of time. So once you do that, your site gets linked and the SharePoint integration will be enabled in your Dataverse environment. OK, so once that SharePoint integration is enabled in your Dataverse environment, then you have to head over to the document management settings. OK, now why we have to go to the document management settings? Because here we have to tell that on which particular table I want to enable the SharePoint settings. OK, so these are the tables for which I want to create the folder in the SharePoint whenever I want to upload the documents. All right. So here only those entities will be listed who I actually enabled for the SharePoint integration. So what I have to do is, so for example, like in my environment, if I head over to my Dataverse and the tables, if I search for my table called Power Guide, so my all the custom tables with the name Power Guide. So since it's a custom table, so obviously the SharePoint integration is not enabled if I am not done that at the time of creation. But if you have to do it after the creation of it, so just click on this table and head over to the properties. And under the properties, if you click on the advanced option, there is an option called setting up SharePoint document management. OK, so you just need to check this option in order to allow the document upload or the document sorry, the SharePoint integration feature on this particular table. So once you enable that, you will get that table in this list. So if I head over to the document management settings, so you will, so once you enable that setting, you will see the table in this particular list. And there you have to find it, your table name called Power Guide for Speaker. Just check this option so that it will automatically, enable the SharePoint integration or create the folders in the SharePoint and click next. So since I already enabled that, so it's not going to create any new folder. So just remove it, uncheck, click on next, click OK. So now you can see here it started creating the folder in my SharePoint site. OK, so whatever entities you are choosing to allow for the SharePoint integration or for the document management, it actually creates a folder within the SharePoint. OK, because unless you have the folders in your SharePoint, you will not be able to track your documents. You will not be able to upload your documents, right? So the status is showing already existing because I've already enabled that. So if I head over to the SharePoint site, if I open this, click on documents and in the site contents. So you will see all the folders like account and then portal comments. Then I have my custom tables called Power Guide events, Power Guide call for a speaker. So this setting is must at the Dataverse environment level. Okay, so first thing you need to enable the SharePoint integration by click this link here. You will get that option here. Provide the SharePoint site, click next, next, next. Then you will have to click once the process is done, then you have to click on the document management settings. And in the document management setting, you need to make sure like you have just selected all those tables for which you want to create the folder in your SharePoint. Then you have to click next, next, and then you have to wait until your folder gets created in your SharePoint site. Okay, so this is the setting that you have to done it at the Dataverse environment level. Perfect. So once this setting is done, then you have to enable the SharePoint integration in your Power Pages site. Okay. Now, if I have to go to the Power Pages Admin Center, then I have to go here, go back to my home apps. So there are a couple of ways to head over to the Power Pages Admin Center. The first way is this is my portal app. So if I click here and click on settings, so in the right panel there is an option called administrator. So I can either head over to my Power Pages Admin Center from here, or if you already have the Designer Studio open, so I'll show you that option as well. So if you can see here, I'll directly come to the Power Pages Admin Center. So it is under the Power Platform Admin Center only, but this is the Power Pages Admin Center where I can, manage all the, admin related activities related to the Power Pages. So I have a dedicated session on this, that what kind of activities you can perform from the admin center. But today we just wanted to enable the SharePoint integration from here. So this is the one way how you can head over to the Power Pages admin center. The one way is that, and the second way, if you are already in the Designer Studio, then you have to go to the setup. And under the setup, you have the option probably where it is. I think here, I guess. No. Oh, here it is. So we have the option called Open Admin Center. So you can directly open your admin center from here as well. So it takes me to the same site where I've already opened in the next tab. All right. Now here, if I just go down, there are a couple of other settings as well. So I'm not going to discuss that today. But here we have the option called SharePoint integration. OK, so once you enable the SharePoint integration at your Dataverse environment level, then you have to enable the SharePoint integration in your Power Pages. All right. So once I open that, it takes me to the classic window. So this used to be the classic UI where we used to manage our portal actions. So here we already have the option called disable because I've already enabled that. But in your case, you will get the option called enable SharePoint integration. So when you click on that, you will get the pop-up whether you want to. So you just need to provide your confirmation whether you want to enable the SharePoint integration in your Power Pages environment. So once you click OK, then it takes around 10 to 20 seconds of time, and then it will enable the SharePoint integration in your Power Pages site. All right, so two steps are done. I've already done that, so that's why it's showing the disable option. So two options are done. Now the third option is that, the third step is that we have to enable, the document management capabilities at the table level. So since we already done that, I think I've already shown to you. So the third step, we have to make sure like we have enabled the document management option at the entity level. So if I click on the custom, so if I open this, click on properties. So let me check whether we have enabled the document management for both the custom table. So if you can just check like setting that document management. So the table level also we have enabled this option. So no matter whether you have enabled the SharePoint integration at the Dataverse level or the Power Pages level, if you haven't enabled at your table level, then you will not be able to leverage all the features of the SharePoint. So both the table we have the SharePoint documents enabled. Perfect. All right, now if you have to display the SharePoint document, now let's head over to the Designer Studio. So all the three steps are done. Now the fourth step, we have to configure the SharePoint documents on the form level. So let me go to the data workspace. So what I want to do is, let me go to the call for a speaker. And on the call for a speaker, I'm just opening the form here. So let's say I want to, allow the speakers that when they are submitting their session from the portal, they will upload their slide deck. So earlier, if you have remember, we allowed user to upload the slide deck in the Dataverse, right? So we have enabled the notes feature there. So they were able to upload their documents, their slide deck in the Dataverse. But now we want to replace it with the SharePoint. OK, so let me head over to this call for a speaker form. So this was the form that I was using as a multi-step form where speakers can submit their sessions and they can upload their documents as well. So if I just zoom in out. OK, so if I have to, provide the document upload feature on the form, I have created a tab here called documents. And then I just created a new component, and from the left panel, I just created a tab. It's a one column tab. And within that tab, I just inserted a grid called subgrid. And in this subgrid, I opted the option called only related records. Here it is, so that it always display the data, all the child records associate to my parent record. So now here in the table, I have to choose document location. OK, because document location is basically the entity that actually refer to the that actually the location that actually refer to all the documents stored on the SharePoint. And then here I have to choose active document location. So by just doing this configuration, I just need to hit done. So I've already done that. So I just discard this setting now. But once you do this setting, you will able to see this subgrid. OK, and then your form setting is done. Then just head over to the pages. So this is the form level setting I have done. So this form is already been added on my Power Pages form. Now, in order to enable the settings, I'll just head over to the portal management tab. So why I'm doing all this table permission from the portal management tab, because all the kind of table permission you cannot configure from the Designer Studio right now. So let me head over to the table permission. Here it is. Put the filter so that I can see only my website here. All right, so I already have these table permission here. So since I want to upload, I want to use the document upload option on the session page, call for speaker page. So it's a event permission. I think it's a speaker documents. Yeah. So speaker session. Yeah. So if I open the speaker session here. So this speaker session, we already created a table permission where user can only, create, the submit their session. But in the child permission, if you can see here, I have created a speaker documents table permission. Now, as I told you at the time of table permission as well, that if you have to enable the table permission for the child record. So if you have to display the child records of any parent record, you always have to go with the access type called parent, right? So you have to create, the one table permission for SharePoint document location, because SharePoint document location, we have already added a subgrid. So we need to enable the table permission on this entity, but we have to provide the access type to parent, and we have to link this with our, the speaker session authenticator. So this is the table permission of my parent table. So if I head over to my parent table, so this is my parent table. So if I just preview on my portal so that I can quickly show it to you which entity I'm talking about. So call for a speaker. So this is my parent table, and all the documents are the child records of this table. So this should be, my parent table. So In the table permission, when I choose this as a parent, I need to choose this parent table here. Okay, so this is the table permission that I've enabled for the parent table. And what sort of operation I want to perform on the documentation. I can read it, I can create it, I can append it, I can write it, I can delete it. So I just save it. Now I just head over to my portal pages and click on call for a speaker. All right, so let me provide some of the information here. Power Automate. So I'm just randomly provide some of the information. Okay, let me choose some of the session title. Let's say I'm just choosing Power Automate, session title, Power Apps. Just copying this. Power Pages 0 to hero. All right. Copying this and then click next. It's not mandatory, click next. So now we are on the document tab. So if I just go down, you can see here, since now here call for a speaker is my parent table and document is my child table because we're going to have multiple documents on the call for a speaker. So how should your table permission look like? So first of all, you need to enable your table permission for your parent. OK, so since I already have this is my parent table, power guide call for a speaker. So I just wanted to provide only contact access type because I want to access only my session. So let's say if Arpit is logging onto the portal, then if I'm submitting my session, so I should be able to see only my session. I should be able to manage only my session. I can create it, I can update that, I can delete that but I should not be able to access the other speaker sessions, right? So that's why for this parent table, I have enabled contact type. Now, in order to provide the table permission for the child record, so child is my document location. As you already know, this is the subgrid of document location. So I have created a subgrid, sorry, a table permission that is SharePoint document location. But as I told you, since it's a child record, I need to set the parent record as well. So I just take the access type as parent and set the table permission that I've created for the parent table. Now here, if you have to access the SharePoint document, the 4 permissions should be mandatory. The first is your read, second is create, third is append, and fourth is append to. So these 4 permissions are necessary to view the document. If you want to allow user to upload the document, then you have to provide the right permission. If you want user to delete the document, then you have to provide the delete permission. So let's say the user now, so let me drag it to here. So user now can upload the documents. OK, but I want to disable this option. So I just turn this option right and delete and save this because right now they can upload it and since there is no document, so I could show you so they can delete it as well. So let me sync the changes here. And head over to the portal page and hit refresh. So now you can see you should not be able to upload the document. So now you can see the add buttons gone. So you'll not be able to upload the document. So always remember, if you have to enable the upload option, then you have to provide the right option and delete for the delete option. But in order to read the documents, just to download the document, you need to provide all these 4 permission here. OK, now this is about the speaker documents. Now I want to enable the documentation option. So let me just show it to you quickly. That how the user can upload it so that you can understand. Then we will discuss about our use case as well that we have discussed in the slide deck, that how you can enable the SharePoint enable integration feature role-wise. So if I just refresh it. I should be able to upload now again. So this is the way how you can upload it. So if I add file, you can just simply choose it and you can select any of the documents. So let's say this document I have uploaded, add files. Okay, so your document has been uploaded and you can simply delete that document, or if I hit it, then you will be able to download that as well. So that's the feature it actually provides. So you can create your new folder as well. As I told you, if you have to organize your document in a specific order, or in you want to manage in the different folder. Okay. Now, what we want to discuss about is, let's say we have the event page. If you have this, if you remember, we have submitted a lot of events here. So we have the option called publish event. OK, we have the option called view event. So publish event was actually using to publish the event in the portal. And what I want to do is I want allow this publish only for the administrator, right? I don't want that any user will register on the portal and they will publish the event. Okay, so how can I provide the permission on this particular page? Because when I click on this, I'll redirect to this particular page called publish event. Okay. So in order to disable that feature, if I head over to my design studio, so this is the page publish event that actually display the publish event form, but I want to enable only for the administrator. So if I just click here and click on the page setting, I have the option in the permission section. Anyone can see this page, or I want to choose who can see this page. So right now, everyone can see this page right now. But what I want that I want to choose who can see this page. So if I choose here and search role and I just provide the administrator and click OK, that means right now you can see the lock icon here. That means this page is now only linked to the administrator. So unless I have the administrative role, I'll not be able to access this page. So if I sync the changes and hit preview, since Arpit Cap does not have any administrative role right now, so now you can see page not found, and the publish event I'm not able to access it right now because I don't have the administrative role. But I have the another user. So let me copy this and open a new tab. Stand go. So here I'm just login with the administrator. So I have another user, Arpit Srivastav, and that Arpit Srivastav has the administrative role in the Power Pages. So if I signing in with my Azure AD credential, I have the administrative role. So as a administrator, I can access the publish event, but as a normal authenticated user or the logged in user, I can only submit the sessions using call for speaker, or I can only view the events. All right. Now, what I want to do is, if as a normal user, I logged into the portal and if I go to the view events, and I can see all the events that is going to happen within 1 year or within 6 months. So I can get the information from here, or if I want to get more details about the event, like who is going to speak in this particular event, what are the other details, is there any documents attached to this particular event? So I can just simply open any particular event and I can also access the information, but you can see I cannot edit this information. As a logged in user, I can only view the information like event start date, event end date, what is the mode of it, how many sessions has been registered here, so who have registered the sessions. I can add the sessions, I can download the sessions, but I cannot manage the other user sessions. So if I click here, I can delete the session. Why? Because these only two sessions I have submitted it. OK, so that's why I can access it. Now, if I go to the timeline, I can check the timeline, but in the document part, if you can see, I can only view the document. So it might be the possibility that, once the event is completed, the administrator will upload all the slide deck, all the necessary learning materials to the documents folder, and the participants and the other speakers or any participant can download the documents for the learning purpose. Okay, but if I log in with the administrator, if I open the view events and I open the same event here, Power Automate, I can be I can be able to update the details of the events. Okay, I can see the other speakers as well, because as a Arpit cap, I was able to view only two sessions, Power Apps 0 to 0 and Power Pages 0 to 0. Why? Because Arpit cap has submitted these two sessions. That's why Arpit is only able to access his own session because I have provided contact access privilege, if you remember. So Arpit cannot access all the events or all the sessions, sorry. But Arpit Srivastav, who is the administrator who can update the event details, and I can add the sessions. I can delete the sessions of others as well. So here I can access all the sessions. Okay. And I can also upload the documents and I can also delete the documents. So for that purpose, what I have done using SharePoint table permission. So if I head over to my table permission, I have created two different permission. So let me again add a filter here. Okay, so for event page, you can see here I have created four permission, event documents for admin and event documents for authenticated. So first of all, let's talk about the document since we are talking about the SharePoint integration here. So I have created two permission, one document privilege for the administrator and one document privilege that we have on the event for the authenticated user. So for authenticated user, if I just open it, you can see I have not provided the write option and the delete option. I have only provided to download or read the documents. That's why all the authenticated users, if I head over to the web roles, authenticated user. So all the authenticated users. So Arpit Cab is the authenticated user, but he's not the administrator. So he can only access the document or he can download the document as well. You can see the download has been done, but I cannot delete the document or upload the document. But if I check the other table permission, so you can see here, this table permission authenticated is associated with the web role authenticated. But if I head over to the admin documentation, here I'm providing writing, deleting option as well. And in the related web role, I have provided the administrator web role. That means if I have the admin web role, so if I open this admin web role, if I go to the contacts, you can see the Arpit Srivastav has the administrative role. So if I head over to the administrator, that is Arpit, here it is. I can do upload, delete, anything. Same with the event. Now, if I check the event permission, so this is about the documents. Same with the event permission. So now, if I talk about the event permission, on the event permission for authenticated user, I have not provided write and delete option. OK, but for the administrator, I have provided the write and delete option. OK, that means event the normal user who is logged into the portal, they can read the details of the event, but they will not be able to update and they will not be able to delete it. But if I talk about the session, obviously they should be able to add the session because I can register on the portal and I can submit multiple sessions. But the only restriction is that I should be able to access only my sessions. So that's why right now, if you can see here, I can access only my sessions. I cannot access all the sessions. But if I talk about the administrator can see the sessions of all the people. So they can anytime delete the sessions of others. They can add the sessions and they can edit the sessions as well. All right. So this is all about the SharePoint integration, that how you have to enable it, how you have to, manage your documentation based on the different security. So you always need to make sure that you are, following these 5 steps in order to enable the SharePoint integration. First of all, you have to enable at the Dataverse level, then at the Power Pages level, then at the table level. So once these all enable setting is done, Then you have to add the subgrid to the form so that you can display the documents on the portal. And then you have to enable the necessary table permission. All right. So this is all about the SharePoint document. So I would recommend that you also do the practical implementation of the same on the trial environment. And if you stuck somewhere, if you have any issues related to the settings or probably related to the configuration, and just drop me that query in the comment. I'll try to answer that. Okay. So thanks for watching this video. In the next video, we're going to discuss about how we can embed the Power Apps with the Power Pages. All right. So stay tuned. Thank you so much. Bye bye.